I'm setting up here, get my tripod set up here. So if everybody wait for just a second and welcome. Fix that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, perfect. So welcome, Jamie. I'm so glad that you could join me this morning. We're getting started right here at noon. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Oh,
hear
this
me?
is, yep, I can hear you. Hi, Sandra. Welcome back. I appreciate everybody coming to my warm up there for a second while I kind of got everything going. And this is my first collaboration. I'm really excited to reach out to Jamie, and I'm going to have her just give a tiny bit of an intro, and who she is as a reader and where she came from, and then we can talk a little bit about the crazy way that we met. But before we do that, I do want to draw a card for the collective, as I always do when we get started. You guys know normally on Sundays I'm here from at 10 o'clock Central Time, but being that Jamie lives in a different time zone, we changed it up. However, she and I have both talked about doing more of these shared live readings. We love them so much, and we may do them spontaneously from different times and days, depending as the mood strikes us. We both we have so many similarities and yet many differences. But one of the cool similarities is that we are both Scorpios. So we live with that challenge, and we're able to support one another. So just a little bit about what this is about for those of you who are new, and maybe Jamie's contacts who have not met me yet. I'm Catherine, and I am here at Fish Out of Water Tarot. My thrust is for shy, introverted people who may feel uncomfortable in typical dating or social situations. Going through the pandemic, it was so fun for me in a way because I am a hermit, so I didn't suffer the way many people did. But it made me painfully aware of how hard it is to trust your gut and get connected when you have introversion or social awkwardness. So that's brought me here. I'll have Jamie introduce herself in a second, but what I want to do is draw a card for the collective. If you drop a comment, we are going to take turns doing readings. We're going to do our level best to get a card pulled for every person that's here with us today. And we're not sure if how it's going to go or how many people will be here. You will hear Murphy barking in the background. I know Jamie has some dogs too, but
Yeah.
let's draw our card for the collective. And oh, this is a good one. We are looking at, my lighting is not good here. Let me flip a light on. There we go. That's better. So we are looking at the 10 of Wands, which, for the people that are in my world and come to my readings, it just seems, look at that fingernail there. That's terrible. Let me take that away. um, but so many of the people that come to my world work so hard at manifesting. I mean, they are trying every trick, they're doing every affirmation. The minute they get a new book, they're reading it, and there's so much effort. But as Abraham tells us over and over again, Abraham Hicks, of course, that effort is a waste of time, complete waste of time. Inspired action is energizing. So I believe that the collective today, we're all being called to lay something down. I could be wrong on this, but I feel always when I do readings and I get a flush of goosebumps, it just goes to show me I'm not the only one dealing with this. So when I look at the wands that are laid on the ground compared to the wands that are in the basket, what I'm seeing is what I call missed opportunity. That if we don't rest, if we don't let our energy catch up with ourselves, we're simply going to miss opportunities. So on that note, this is good news. It's showing an end of a cycle. It's showing change is coming, and I can't wait for that. So, Jamie, I'm going to pass it off to you here to do a little intro and let people know where you're from and how you came into my world, and then we'll get right to the readings.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hello. First and foremost, thank you for having me on here with you. And I know we have been talking about doing this for a while. And so I'm very, very grateful that we are able to get together this morning and kind of just vibe with each other and with you guys. I am Jamie. My username anywhere on social media is Enchanted Mystic Oracle. I'll put it in the chat. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. And I've been reading tarot I'm in my 11th year right now. So I've been doing this for quite a long time. And I just love not only reading tarot for people, but also educating people on tarot, breaking those stereotypes, and letting people know when they get a card reading what it means and why, and not just kind of just telling you like, the answer to your question, but what it means behind it. So that's kind of my style of reading, and I hope you guys appreciate it and let me know if there's anything that you would like to see from me or any of my social medias. And again, thank you to Catherine for having me on.
You are welcome. Okay, so we have a few people right off the bat, and I will kind of be directing. I'm just because this is our first time and I'm bossy, haha. But two Scorpios here. What interesting pairing. But I'm going to start with Lakia, who has asked a question, and then I'm going to have you do Sandra, Jamie,
Okay.
and then we'll just watch the people coming. And like I said, we're going to do the very best we can. If you guys would like. Jamie and I both enjoy doing what we call energy check-ins. Sometimes I call them an energy selfie. And so if you don't have a particular question, that's what we're going to draw. And Lakia is asking though, because she's had some interrupted communications with a person. So let me just draw a card here for Lakia, and we'll see what the universe has for you. Okay, so the star. This is one of my very, very favorite cards anyway, but in this deck, it's just so beautiful. I'm just going to pull it close here just to look at that face. What's going on right now for you, Lakia, is a time for healing. It strikes me that you have a little bit of what I call frantic energy, kind of wanting to push. And Abraham Hicks, if you're not familiar, I so recommend you YouTube them. There's thousands of videos. But one of the things they say is that the universe is not about pushing, it's not about forcing yourself out there. It's an attraction based universe. And particularly in relationships, if you're pushing too hard, it can send the wrong message. So you might be the best girlfriend out there, but if there's too much push energy, it can cause the person to misunderstand you. And Lakia, I have a feeling that you've been misunderstood a lot when it comes to love. So what I would say, it always comes to this, is look at your own heart. See if you can analyze if you feel push or like I must have this. And if that's the truth, I would really look into beefing up or strengthening your self concept and seeing yourself of worthy of the love that's coming your way. One of my favorite resources is Louise Hay. She has an inner child meditation that's fantastic. And that's where I would send you because I believe that you are needing healing, and I can understand that, Lakia. I do feel that once you have healing, you're going to attract a different sort of person. And of course, Jamie and I both offer private services as well as a gazillion other tarot readers that do. But if you find yourself really stuck, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Healing is a beautiful part of any brand new loving relationship. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up sign. That really completes the energetic loop and it keeps us flowing together. And so we appreciate your being here. Thank you, Lakia. And then if you want to go to Sandra, Jamie, and then I will take Jahan.
All right, sounds good. All right, hi Sandra. Hi everybody. Sandra, I saw that you just wanted a reading. So I'm going to go ahead and pull you a general energy check-in. It's kind of what I do for the day. This would be specifically for you. So let's see what we've got. And I do shuffle like this, so you might hear it. So sorry if there's noise there. We have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords represents a conflict. There is something possibly in your life. It doesn't matter what area of life. It could be love. It could be family. It could be work. It could be friendship. So however that resonates for you, Sandra. And there is a little bit of tension going on. So, Five of Swords is the energy of winning at all costs. You see that this person here, that he was in a fight with these other two people. These other two people were his friends, and he decided that he was going to kind of cheat in this fight. And he's got all these swords right here, and they just decided to lay down their swords and walk away. It is not worth it. Okay, so whether this is you or one of these guys over here is you, Sandra, that is up to you and up to your situation. But what I see from the Five of Swords is a need for healing. It is a need to look in the mirror and say, okay, if I am this energy right here, and I really wanted to be right about something, I really wanted to hit my point home, what did I maybe lose in the process? Did I upset anybody else unnecessarily? Are these people in my life walking away because I was a little bit stubborn? Or if you are these people and you're the one that got kind of, this energy from another person, what did they do that was, made you feel like you had to walk away? Is it something that you feel it can be repaired or fixed? The Five of Swords to me is what I call an action card. An action card is something that Spirit is asking you to pause, reflect, and take action on this energy in order to usually heal it, fix it, or move it forward and get that energy moving forward again. So, with this energy, Sandra, I would challenge you to find out that if you are on this receiving end of this energy, what is it in your power that you could do to maybe open up the line of communication with this person, especially because swords are about communication, and let them know how they hurt you or what they did, and ask if there's something that you guys can do to remedy the situation. Again, this could be for work, family, romance, life in general. And even sometimes, Sandra, this could be just an inner conflict within yourself, where is you're not being all that nice to yourself sometimes, and you might need to give yourself a little bit of grace. All right, Sandra, I hope that made sense and I hope that resonated. So there you go, Sandra. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jamie. And I know enough about Sandra's situation to understand that this is an excellent path for her. So very cool.
All right.
And also, I do thank you guys. Those of you who come every week, it's just so, it tickles me pink. And be sure to add comments if you feel some advice you got from previous weeks is panning out, and it just helps us as readers to know the value of what the cards are doing in your life. And we love that. So I'm going to do Shahan, and then you will have Apple at
Okay.
next. Okay.
Sounds good.
So Shahan, let's pick a card. And you notice one of the things that I love when you're doing collaborations like this is to see how different we do the cards, even as far as how we handle them, how we shuffle them, and how we draw. And there are so many tarot readers online. If you find one that you love, be sure to add those comments. Let that reader know that they've touched you, because you know what? It really does keep us going, doesn't it, Jamie?
Yes, absolutely.
We love to hear success stories. By the way, I love when y'all email me and tell me your stories privately. And so it's tarotinfoplease@gmail.com. And if you are curious about Jamie, you can use that email. I'll forward them to Jamie, of course. So Jahan, let's see what's going on for you today. Okay, let's take a look here. Somebody's being called to study. Okay, and there's comfort for you, isn't there, Shahan, when you are in a book? When you're getting new information, something inside of you jumps to life. There's something, it's almost like a youthful energy where it's like, it feels good. Have you ever picked up a book and just enjoyed the smell of it? It strikes me that you might be one of those kinds of people where even using a device to read is not as satisfying as a book. So, what I would say is that the universe is calling you, Jahan, to, I'm going to say, a new idea to research. Look at that stack of books. It's like she's been going through all of these books trying to find her answer. But I feel like, Shahan, there's something brand new. So when you're doing your meditation, which I so hope you do, if you guys want to follow some of the materials that I use, check out the community tab here on Fish Out of Water Tarot, because I share all of my favorite meditation teachers, all of my favorite manifesting teachers are in the community. So take time and take a peek at that. But there's something fresh coming for you. And I imagine it'll come in a surprising way, Jahan. I know you've been here many weeks as you're trying to get your life organized and you are open for new ideas. But also, another thing I notice here, if we take a close look at her face, she's not worried. She's not upset. She's maybe wanting to make a plan, wanting to get serious. And also, can you digest all that information in all those books, or do you need a little bit more focus? I also am aware of this rabbit that I didn't even see until this second. And the rabbit is a sign of fertility. Now, if you don't want to be personally fertile, do your thing to make sure that doesn't happen. But what I like about this symbol for this card is it's a fertility of ideas. Honestly, Shahan, something's happening in your life this week that's going to lead to some real fruit for you. Now, it could be that some person in your past reaches back to you. You might have a reconciliation or something that grabs your attention. But I'll bet you anything that person brings a book idea, a YouTube idea. There's something new coming. So be alert to that. So thank you, Shahan, for being here. Be sure to hit the thumbs up as a symbol of your coming into alignment with this reading. And let me say also, as Jamie gets ready for Apple, and that is that don't be surprised if some of these readings that for other people resonate with you, because birds of a feather flock together. It's one of the surest signs of the law of attraction working is YouTube. Because even Jamie and I, we came together through another tarot teacher. She gave a class, and I didn't know Jamie before then. We both took the class. As it turns out, we connected, and then we left that other tarot. We don't watch that other tarot reader, and we know for sure that the whole point of our taking that class was to meet one another. And so the law of attraction pulls us together. Hi, Antonio. The law of attraction pulls us together on these calls, and it probably we can resonate with every one of these readings. Plus, me and Jamie are also incredibly impacted by the cards that fall. So let's draw a card for Apple. And it's and anyway, Jamie, if you ever feel like doing a little rant or talk about attraction or anything in between readings, please. That's what we do here. We're about giving advice also, so be comfortable.
Oh, I love it. I am all about education and going on rants.
All right.
I love that. All right. So Apple, it is time for your energy check-in. Real quick while I'm shuffling the cards, if you have a topic that you want me to focus on, just type it in the conversation. I did pull up my computer here for all of you. So I can see the chat and I can actually answer some of you too here. If you have just let you know that we're seeing you. And so that's that. All right. So Sandra, or not Sandra, I'm so sorry. Apple, it's going to be your turn. Give me just one moment here. I am going to give one shuffle just because I'm called to do so. So I always listen to that. Love and career. Okay, Apple. And sorry in advance too, my dog Oliver is right here having fun with his toys. So you might hear squeaking and stuff on my end. That's Oliver. And then my cat Binks comes around all the time. And so you might see her jump up on the table too. That's Binks. All right, Apple, love and career. Let's see this energy check in here. If you don't mind, I was drawn to love for you. So we're going to pull that first and foremost. If we have more time, I will pull you another one later on specifically career, but I was really drawn to love. And I hope you don't mind. All right, Four of Swords. So we have the Four of Swords for you. I'm just going to call you Apple, if that's okay. So Apple, Four of Swords, it is all about rest, reflection, relaxation, pondering things, and coming to different conclusions for yourself. As you can see, this person is laying on this coffin here. He is alive, don't worry. He's praying, he's resting, he's reflecting on things. As you can see, you have the Three of Swords up here. So that usually shows us that we're reflecting on past hurt, past relationships, what has gone wrong in the past, and trying to heal those things. With the Ace of Swords underneath, that is what he is doing. Ace of Swords represents truth, clarity, that aha moment. And he is coming to terms with what has gone on in the past. Sorry about that, Oliver. And how to go forward in the future, without repeating cycles and starting new stuff. He is making the symbol with his hands of a blessing. That also is reflected up here in the corner in this stained glass picture. You have somebody who is here. We don't exactly know who this person is. We don't know if it's just a patron or if it's a saint, but they are giving this person a blessing here. And that is to show you that you have blessings coming in. And when you pause and take the time to stop and reflect and just decide what kind of a path you want to move forward on in love and sometimes even in career, Apple, that you have blessings coming for you. So this time is a time of rest. And I do recommend meditation. I know Catherine is very big on meditation as well. Meditations, if you can, every day, even for 5 minutes each day, or even affirmation, you're going to really help yourself with that reflection. So hang on a second. Oliver, come on, buddy. I knew I shouldn't have left my window open. I always do that, and then he barks at anybody who walks past. Oh, you want to see Oliver's face? Yes, I will absolutely have him come up there, Apple. But hopefully this resonates for you. Let me call Oliver up, and you guys can see him. Ollie, come here, Bubby.
Murphy.
He's staring out the window. Come here, Bubba. Come here.
Murphy came running. Aw, he's so cute.
Ollie. Say hi, guys.
And here, there's Murphy. Say hi. Murphy came running when you called Oliver. Murphy came running, and Bella is out of sight at the moment. But all right.
Here's the source of the squeaking on my end. So, all right, Bubby, go.
Well, and I love the fact that the squeaky toy for me was just a heavenly reminder to be more playful. Amen.
Yes.
I mean, we are so hard on ourselves, and a huge message, because I watch Abraham Hicks just about every day. They're only 10 to 12, 15-minute videos, but I love them so much because we are hard on ourselves. And the whole idea, remember our theme card for today, where, are you fatiguing yourself beyond belief trying to do your manifesting? That's not what it's all about. We have to have fun. So Oliver's there squeaking the toy, letting us know we got to have fun, which I love, love, love. So Thank you.
Apple, let me answer your question real quick. You said, so no love. No, I wouldn't say no love. I would say that Spirit's asking you to take a pause in this moment of kind of like rest and downtime in regards to love, and maybe where you're feeling like there's not a lot's happening. It's an opportunity for you to reflect on what do you want, not settle for things that are of no benefit to you. It's a time to take advantage of this kind of a pause before it picks up, to really set goals and expectations for yourself and what you want, and to not repeat past cycles and things like that. So it's not that it's no love, it's just a pause, and it's asking you to take advantage of the pause right now. Hope that helped.
Excellent. And again, Apple's been here a few times. And so Apple, isn't it interesting to hear the similar advice from a couple different readers? And we haven't talked about you, we align ourselves with the general theme here. And a lot of times when love is like shy, or just, you can't find it, that you're pushing too hard. Is the same energy as Lakia in the beginning. It's like, there's no assertion in the universe. It's all about attraction and magnetics. So resting really puts you in touch with what you really, really want, which I love that message. So I'm going to take Ken, and you can have Antonio. Okay.
All right.
And work our way through the list. And thank you, Ken, for being here. I don't recognize you from past calls, so thank you for tuning in today. And let's just see what the universe has for Ken. And Ken, meditate. Good grief, Jamie. Can you believe it? It's a repetition of the Four of Swords, which is a very interesting. So I think for our little collective here, for everybody that's watching this reading, when cards show up in a row like this, I love the word auspicious. I learned that sorry for that dirty thumbnail. hate that. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. But when cards repeat themselves, I love the word auspicious. It's like extra lucky to me. So to me here in this reading, it's extra attention, as if there's a neon light blinking on and off. And when you see the light behind his head, yes, where we do need this downtime. And without the time, and this reading is for Ken. So, Ken, without the time with you and your desires so that you can sort out what are your primaries right now? What is it when it comes to love and romance and career? Where are your deal breakers? I have a sense that you're at a real turning point, a fork in the road, and you're feeling the need to slow down and check out to figure it out. But there's so many obligations and pressures on you that it's really hard for you to do that. And I'm here to tell you, you can't afford not to do this. But what I suggest, first of all, is grab a piece of paper and a pencil and just start writing down the things that are facing you right now. Just stream of consciousness, all of your problem areas, all of the desires that you have not seen yet. Go ahead and just dump and just write furiously, write them all down. There is science that backs this up, that something about the ruminating or the thinking over and over again about what's bothering us really gets in the way of knowing what you really want. So meditation's great. There are fantastic resources with, like Jamie said, 5 and 10 minute meditations you can find on YouTube that'll guide you. But before you sit still, write everything down that's bothering you. I have a sense that your sleep is disrupted because of the dilemmas that you're in. So right before bed would be a great time to do this. Don't think about solving them. Simply taking the action to write them down serves to usher them out of your energy. If you want to have a little magic with it, I like to burn those lists personally. I have a friend, a client whose husband is a firefighter. She can't burn them, it goes against her grain. So she shreds them. Whatever it is, allow your problems a way out without solution by writing them down. Another thing that strikes me about this card is looking at that the window in the back. I see that, excuse me, I see that as a portal, that she doesn't see this, or he or she, the androgynous figure here, they don't realize that the portal behind them is drawing them so slowly and carefully and lovingly into a whole new concept. So whether this is career for you or love, understand that it's not you. You're not like, well, why can't I get this? There's something closing and a new cycle is opening. So take this admonition, and those of you, anybody else on the call who can resonate with this, take that call of the 2 4 of swords showing up, and think about the art and how different Jamie's deck with the coffin laying there, and how it can be a little bit intimidating. But this one has a different feel, but it's the exact same message. So, Ken, thank you for coming today. I hope this message is inspiring to you. And take me up on it. Write that stuff down, all y'all. We don't need to carry on our problems in our head. Put it out there and let the universe guide you. So, thank you so much, Ken, for being here. And Jamie, I'll switch off to you with Antonio, and then I will take Rebecca.
All right, sounds good. Hi, Antonio. I did see that you had asked for a relationship reading. So let's get over to that for you. Hopefully, you're still here. Give us a wave. Say hello if you're here. All right, Antonio, let's get to it. Let's do a little snapshot for relationship for Antonio. We got one. That was a jumper. All right, we have the Death card. I like this card. So first and foremost, it is the card of a Scorpio. So Antonio, if you're a Scorpio by any chance, this just means simply you are standing in your power in regards to relationships. If not, what this means in regards to relationships is something needs to end or something has ended in order for something else to start to blossom and bloom. Okay. In tarot, the Death card here should not be feared. We have people, I'm going to look this way so I can point. We have people that are kind of praying and they're scared, but then you have this little boy down here and he's just looking at the Death Rider like, okay, hi, how are you? And he's actually has flowers in his hand to offer to the Death Rider. There's also a nice flower here that represents life and rebirth. When death comes around in any way, shape, or form, obviously metaphorically, for us 99% of the time, that just means something old needed to come to an ending and a conclusion so that something new can start again. And Antonio, that is what I'm getting for you, is that there's some old cycles, old habits, maybe old people that did need to kind of fall away and come to that conclusion and that ending for you in order for you to be able to be almost like a rebirth energy here for you to start again, start fresh, start new, and move forward with the past in the past and the future looking bright for you. So that's what I see for you, Antonio. Again, like I say, in tarot, don't fear the death card. It really isn't a card that should be feared. You can also see that the card itself is very well lit up and colorful. That means everything in traditional tarot, from the symbolism, from what's going on in the background to the color of the card. It indicates what type of a card and what type of an energy you should be feeling. This is not a bad card, I promise you guys. It's just simply something needs to end so something new can come in and begin again. Antonio, I hope that makes sense. I hope that it is helpful for you today. And, honestly, when we take these snapshots in time, these are just snapshots right now of the energy right now. A week from now, the energy can be different. I mean, even we're human. A few days from now, the energy can be different because we have so many things swirling inside of us and emotions and goings on and happenings and free will and other people coming into our lives that things can change all the time. This is just your snapshot in time for right now. So take this moment and reflect on what does need to end or what did end so that I can focus on the new stuff coming in, the brand new beginning of things, and to move forward to that new loving energy. So I like that for you. And I hope that that resonated for you, Antonio, if you're still here with us. All right. I'm going to give it back to you, Catherine. And on top of that, just a reminder, you guys, if you're here and you enjoy this, give us a little thumbs up. It helps us, it helps the algorithm, all that good jazz. It puts Fish Out of Water Tarot up there so more people can see it. So if you appreciate what she's doing here today or what we're doing here, if you give that thumbs up, we really appreciate you. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And if you're enjoying this, the fact that we're partners here on this reading, this is our very first try and we're doing great. I mean, we haven't blinked out. We're taking turns. We really resonate with the cards. And I'm so grateful that that we're able to do this for y'all because we just want to read cards, right? That's all we want to do is read cards and give you guys these little snippets. But remember, one card it just has like a glimmer, right? It has a little spark. But if you have 9 cards or 10 cards pulled for you privately, it can give you a real crystal clear picture of what you're looking for. So that's part of why we're doing this. So to fascinate you with the cards and hopefully that you'll want more and more details. So I'm going to take Rebecca Jane and then you can have Dia Power. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you. And let's see, what card do we have for Rebecca Jane here? Oh, this one is calling your name, Rebecca. Let's see what we have. The King of Swords. Okay, so Rebecca, let me just take a look at this picture. This is a card of accomplishment. The swords are the suit of your thoughts, your thinking, and your mind. And when I see this, in the art of this particular deck, we see fatigue. And I think one of the things about this wonderful king who really understands the electricity of language, and this is a person who has an intelligence for things that is noteworthy, and people notice. But when the King of Swords is at his strength, his emotional development can be less than. It's like this reminds me of people in the tech industry, and maybe you're in the tech industry, but who have excellent brains for doing numbers and columns and the work of that type of brain. But when it comes to emotions, and that's where fish out of water, a lot of people that are brilliant in their minds have zero emotional development through no fault of their own. Many times when you're growing up with a gift in the thinking or the brain or math and science, you put so much effort into learning how to access and use that for career purposes. There's just no time to develop your emotions. A lot of people don't date when they're going through their teens and 20s because they're just uncomfortable or they're focused on their career. So this card really strikes me today with the fatigue that comes along with accomplishment for some reason. When it comes to this, who am I talking to? Dear Rebecca, I'm sorry. But with Rebecca, so this, I'm not sure, I'm not getting a sense if this is around your career or just like this general life fatigue that I'm picking up. But I see that there's so many gifts and talents here, and there's a bit of overworking. In fact, if I can just reach over here, get an extra long arm and bring up our theme card again for the general, um, for everyone, for the collective, we see the same posture, right? This fatigue. And this is with the 10 of Wands, which is with the passion. So it seems to me that, Rebecca, with you coming in for today's reading, and especially I'm thinking of that last card with the death card, which, because everything is related, that there's something that's just ready to go, to leave your world energetically. There's a project, a mindset, or a habit that's just ready to go. Look at that king. He's like, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Are you ready yet? Can you give it up? So I strongly, strongly recommend that you use your YouTube search window and search for letting go. Okay. Or surrender, particularly Abraham Hicks, letting go or surrender. And then my favorite medicine is the letting go song from Frozen, you know, the movie, the Disney movie. And that never fails to shift my gears and get me to feel more hopeful, like immediately. In fact, the other day I listened to it in Chinese. Now I don't speak Chinese, but there was something about listening to Let It Go, that familiar song in Chinese. It cut right through my defenses and caused me to cry. And when I do weep over certain pieces of art, whether it's music or visual art, I know that the universe is clearing out my systems. It's like getting a tune up from the inside out. So, message for you, Rebecca, don't give up. Your achievements are stellar. There's just something in your life right now that's undeveloped. Okay, undeveloped is not a bad thing. Undeveloped means it's my turn. So, again, check out the community tab here on Fish Out of Water Tarot. I put all of my favorite teachers, meditators, all of the people that I learned from are in the community tab. So, please do go over there and get some practical advice. Also, if you want more info, you can email me at tarotinfoplease@gmail.com, and I can forward messages to Jamie also if you want to give us some feedback. So thank you very much, Rebecca. This is a sign of great achievement and super potential, but something needs to get laid down. Okay, Jamie, next. And I'm going to do Kim Priestess after we do Dia Power.
All right, sounds good. All right, Dia. I'm just over here. Sorry if you see my dog. He keeps putting his paws up here and wants to get scritched while I'm waiting. He's so funny. All right, Dia. So I did see that you had asked for a general. So let's just do a general energy check-in for you right now. This snapshot in time. And while I'm shuffling a few times, just wanted to let you guys know that, yes, you can find me on any social media platform. Well, not any, but I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, and I'm here on YouTube at Enchanted Mystic Oracle. So if you ever want to find me, those are the different platforms you can find me on. If you are curious about booking a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website. It's enchantedmysticoracle.com. I'll put it in the chat in just a little bit. And that should answer any questions you might have about me and also tells you a little bit about myself. All right, Dia, so let's get to it. You wanted a general energy check-in. What do we got for Dia? That was quick. I love when they fly out. Oh, Dia, look at this. Look at this. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is all about groundedness, stability. It can be about money. So if this is, work related or money related, things are happening for you. You have new opportunities coming in. Aces are all about brand new opportunities, new things happening, new things coming in. This is literally supposed to be the hand of the universe that comes in to help out and to offer you assistance. If it's not about actual physical money or work situation, this, like I said before, can just be about groundedness and stability. So, if this has to do with your family, your friends, relationships, and things like that, something is happening, something is changing for you, Dia, that you feel more stable and secure in those relationships around you, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We have here the hedge with it's almost like a portal to walk through. And this also is an action card in tarot. What it means is it's challenging you to walk through this portal, follow that path, and walk through that portal to the other side. I love how you see, even though we're on land here and this is all, in a garden, when you walk through the portal, it looks as if it could either possibly be mountains or the ocean because it is blue and it looks like waves as well. So take that as it resonates. But you're changing, you're going from one thing into another. So again, something is absolutely growing and changing for you right now in your life, and you're going to be feeling way more stable, way more secure. And like I said, whether that's emotionally and in your own physical 3D, or if that has to do with money, either way, I would take this card in a heartbeat. So, Dia, this is a beautiful card to have. Let me know if that resonates for you. And like I said, I would love to have that card in my life right now. So, really great card for you, Dia.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you all for being here. It's so fun. I love being able to do this because I get to take a little break in between and it feels so comfortable. And I hope, Jamie, I hope you're comfortable over there too. Everything's going well on your
Yes.
end.
And if you see me disappear, that just means I might have to like shut the window for my dog so he doesn't keep looking out the window or grab a drink or something. I do have my little water over here, so I'm not gone. I'll be right back. If you
Yeah,
see me
because I can get up and leave. I can get up and leave and nobody knows. So I'm going to do I'm going to do Kim Priestess, and then you can do Divinia after that.
All
And
right.
then we have Shantunu and Thembisil. And I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing these beautiful names. Thank you guys for patience. So we have Kim Priestess who wants a relationship. Look at the energy around relationships. So let's see what the cards have for you. Ah. And we are looking at the King of Pentacles. Okay, so one of the things about the Pentacles, because it is the money suit, they're coins. And again, the suit goes from the ace all the way to the king. And we just had that Ace of Pentacles. So again, this is kind of auspicious, if you ask me. The fact that the last card that Jamie pulled was the Ace of Pentacles. So now the king comes, which is the finish of that. And I think that overall, these last two cards really can be read together because often it is the idea of, I'm going to write down, hi, Roses, I see you. I just want to make sure I get your name listed. The King of Pentacles, yes, the Pentacles are about money, of course, but they're also about the walking out of your relationship. The Cups are the suit of emotions. So, of course, having well-developed emotions can help your relationship for sure. But having the King of Pentacles here, there's a couple of things that I'm aware of. First of all, I just look at his hands and look at how this is like what I call contemplation energy. Contemplation. Dr. Dyer, Wayne Dyer, I love listening to his YouTube so much. What a voice. But he talks about when you're a manifester, that you contemplate yourself as surrounded by the conditions that you will have when you manifest what you want. Okay, let me say that again. Dr. Dyer believes that when we're manifesting, we want to contemplate the conditions that we will have in our life when the thing we want is here. So in relationships, Kim, what I would ask is, what is it that you're wanting? Do you want a closer connection? Then you would be contemplating what your life would look like in a closer connection. This can be true of somebody who's working at improving a relationship. If you're looking to be creating a brand new relationship, this has a little bit of a different message, because this then shows me that you have been concentrating on your career and your finances. And truly, there's nothing more appealing when you're looking for a partner than financial confidence. You may not be wealthy, but as long as you have a plan and you're moving forward, you radiate this sense of, I'm okay. And when you're living the law of attraction way, if you're following Abraham Hicks, you know the saying, things are always working out for me. Things are always working out for me, because that is the truth. And I think he, the king, in his contemplation, I believe that's what he's contemplating. Things are always working out for me. It's just that in your desire to have relationship fulfillment, I think you're being called to look deeply into what it is that you really want. I would absolutely write a list. Um, this, I'm for some reason this is popping into my head. One of the ways, excuse me, just a little on my background. I've been writing on love and romance for over 20 years. I have a blog called Breakup Candy. And the reason it's called Breakup Candy is because it's important to find whatever was sweet about that ex, because something was good about your ex. And being free enough to recognize the good while releasing that person really sets you up for success in your next relationship. So if you write a list of all of the ways that you were mistreated or you didn't like in your past relationships, just give yourself a few minutes just to jot it down. Whatever troubled you, whatever annoyed you, whatever bugged you about your former. And then go to the opposite. Write down the opposite word of everything you wrote down, and you will have an instant manifestation list of what will be a satisfying relationship for you. Because I believe that this idea of contemplating what your life would look like with a fully engaged partner is where you're being called. I really do. I think the idea of putting more energy into your relationship sphere, maybe listening to more YouTube meditations on self love or creating love. And don't ignore your career or your money, but just realize that you need to split off. Like, let your money life stay in its own lane, right? And then manifesting love, create a lane where nothing comes into it, where you can develop your focus. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is kind of a working card, even though it's a king, because the very fact that you had a relationship question means that, you know, something. This also reminds me of, you know, how you drum your fingers like that. That's kind of, rather than drumming your fingers, do some contemplation. What's perfect for you? See it in your mind. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Kim. Love it. And I pass it over to you, my friend, and then I'll do Shantanu.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Davinia, you asked for a general. So let's get to it for your general energy check-in and see where things are at for you right now. Thank you again for allowing me to come on here and join you. I'm having a good time. Thank you so much again. I just want to say I appreciate it to Catherine. So thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, Davinia, let's see. What do we got? General energy check-in. That was very quick. Oh, I love this card. So we have the Six of Pentacles for you here. The Six of Pentacles is all about equal give and take. This can be in lots of different areas in life, but I love this card when it pops up because it does feel like it's like a little akin to the Justice card, right? The Justice is that major arcana. And the Six of Pentacles shows that justice is coming in. This guy who is giving, you know, it's supposed to be coins. To me, it also looks like little pieces of bread, but it's supposed to be coins and pentacles. He is giving money to the to the poor here. And in that, he has the scales of justice. He's doing it evenly, he's doing it fairly. What's a beautiful message behind this is not only are things coming into your life going to be more fair and balanced, more of that equal give and take, but it is reminding you to make sure that you have enough for yourself before you give to others. Okay. Um, Again, usually tarot cards not only just tell you what's happening, but they have a call to action for you to contemplate, to ponder, to take action on in order to either stay in this energy or remove yourself from the energy. So if you get a card that you're just like, I don't like that card, it helps you to move out of the energy you don't want to stay in. And if you get a card that you do like, it helps you to learn how to stay in that energy, stay in that flow, and continue to receive equal give and take. So within whether this is work and money, whether this is family, relationships, friendships, it is all about equal give and take for you. And I do feel like with what's happening around you right now and what is happening in your immediate future, because this is this little snapshot in time for you, that you're going to be seeing a lot more just wonderful exchanges between you and the people around you that you feel more comfortable in, and you feel like, I mean, lack of a better term, you just feel like is balanced and fair. Okay. um Lovely, lovely cards. Some cards, I'm going to give you a little tiny tarot lesson here for everybody watching. Some people nowadays in 2023 tarot, especially on some of the other social medias, will call this card the breadcrumbing card. Now, I don't feel that it is that way. Is Some people do read reversals. So if it came out this way, that's where they get that term breadcrumbing, saying, "Oh, well, he's only giving to this person and not this person." Well, honestly, you couldn't have the imagery come up with him holding this equal give and take scales, and unless he has three arms and not two, he can't be giving to both people at the same time. So we have to take and use our logic to understand that tarot is trying to show us that things are equal with the scales of justice here. I personally only read upright tarot, and people say, Enchanted or Jamie, why is that? And I say, well, listen, there's 78 cards in a tarot deck, and I believe that Spirit's going to give me the card that it needs me to see in order to read for the person. And especially if we're having a one-on-one reading, or we're pulling, a big spread and we're looking at other cards surrounding one card, that's going to tell me whether this energy is positive or negative, right? So I trust in the cards, I trust in the universe, I trust in the message I'm getting, that the energy surrounding will give me that snapshot on, is this more of a negative side, which could be breadcrumbing, sure, if it was like this. But when you read uprights and you read it as how tarot was intended, this is very much an equal give and take, and a beautiful, wonderful card to receive. I always love seeing this card. And so for you, Davinia, that is what I'm seeing. It is very much a positive in your life. I feel like you are actually this person here, and you are being of equal give and take to other people, and then they're receiving it, and then in turn they're going out and they're spreading that love to other people as well. So I do feel like in your life, in your friendships and relationships and family and that kind of thing, you're the peacekeeper, the peacemaker. And so take that role, and really take it to heart, because I do feel like this energy coming off of this is very, very positive for you and about who you are. So there you go. Trying to
And
keep these short and sweet so everybody can get in and get their questions.
I know. Well, and
Right.
I just want to bounce back on that card, because it is, to me, I think it's a real call for, I am a woman and so identified in that role, but it's often way easier to take care of everybody else first. And so
Yes.
when I see that card, and Davinia's been here over, several weeks, and there's something echoing in me too, that I appreciate you pulling that card today just to make
Mhm.
sure it is even. I
Yes.
mean, and there's a psychological reality that over accommodators attract under accommodators.
Yeah.
I mean, so you could be in a couple where it starts out feeling equal, and all of a sudden you're really pulling the lion's share of the emotional work of that couple. That's not even, and that's true in work and friendships and all over. So I just wanted to toss that in there. I'm glad that the card came out because it's a good reminder to me too. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is say no to something, because if it
Absolutely.
pulls you out of balance, you can get in trouble.
Yeah, I agree fully with that.
I love that card. And also another thing, Jamie and I share the fact that we do use only upright cards, and both of us consider ourselves intuitive readers. And after the years and years of doing these readings, the ideas that come into your mind, like being a tarot reader, is fun. In the early years, it was a little scary because I get the story. I mean, I get it, and I say it. I'm thinking, I hope this means something to the person, because the clarity of the ideas just flow. And Jamie and I share that. So it's very cool. So thank you. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to do Shantanu, and then Jamie, you'll have Thembisil. And she put a request in there. So if you can see it, that would be good.
All
And I
right.
know Shantanu is wondering about her ex coming back. And that always makes me, I think to myself, there's a famous saying, but I'm going to hold it until at the end. But this is tricky because many times you really need to have a sure idea of what is right for you before you open the door to any ex. And so, with that just being said, because we don't want to settle for less, right? Never do we want to settle for less. But sometimes an ex happens for circumstances that are outside of control, and the relationship needs a second chance. So there's absolutely, it can go either way. So let's see what card I'm being drawn to. This card for I'm going to see the name again. Shantanu. All righty, let's look what we have here. We have what is this? The Nine of Cups. Okay. The very first thing that comes to my mind is be careful what you wish for. It's this, just that phrase came to my mind. The Nine of Cups is typically a message of, it's a dreams come true. It's a wishes fulfilled. We are powerful beings, aren't we? I have a feeling this is not the first time this person was an ex. I have a feeling that you've already let them in, perhaps for multitudes of chances. This is talk about an intuitive reading, huh, Jamie?
Yeah, right.
Because normally this is, if you drew this in a love reading, you'd be thinking, yay. However, I'm just picking up this murkiness, this cloudiness, fogginess around the energy of this card. So the saying that I have used over time, because I've been doing love and romance readings for years, is an ex for a reason. And when I am talking to somebody who wants to be with their ex, this is the message. If they come back, see if I can focus this. If they come back into your life, it will be brand new. Okay. What do you need to hear from that ex? This is an excellent exercise. I did it myself with my ex husband because he was supposed to be an ex for sure. But I couldn't know for sure. What if he came back? What if I should give him another chance? So, what the universe had me do was to write down the exact sentences that I would need to hear in order to feel comfortable. What do I need to hear to let the ex back in? Because if they come back, you don't want to deal with former drama. You would want to be moved on from it, closed door, nailed shut in the coffin, so that when this person comes back in, it's fresh, it's new, and you create something again. Okay. Then I believe it is possible that exes can come back. But for you, what I did was exactly what I'm telling you. I wrote down some sentences, and these were what mine were. Catherine, I am so sorry. When I realized how much it hurt your feelings for me to buy a Christmas gift for my ex wife and give you nothing, I'm sick about it. That was one of them. Here's another one. Catherine, I'm so sorry at the way I treated you. When I look back, I'm sick about it. Therapy has helped me so much. Okay. And then the last one was, Catherine, I was speaking to a friend in a bar last night, and they asked me some questions that made me really regret everything that happened between us. Will you accept my apology? Now, I divorced in 2014. Okay. I've not gotten one of those sentences back. However, Christmas of 2021, he did contact me, and he was flirty, and it was completely inappropriate, completely wrong. And it hurt my feelings. And I kind of went like a puff of smoke, like you see the smoke behind the genie. That was the day I posted my very first YouTube reading because it was Christmas. I was not going to let that past person ruin my Christmas. And so I started this channel. How cool is that? Because the fact is, I got goosebumps. If he would have written me an email with any of those sentences in, I would have for sure had a conversation. So I'm feeling strong on this one. I feel like the authority coming out, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands put together to just tell you, yes, if you want that ex back, hell yes, we can attract anything. But do you really want him? Okay. So do that work. Write down the exact sentences that you need to hear in order to let him back in. If you're having a hard time thinking of those sentences, write to me. Tarot info, tarot info, please at Gmail. I'll help you. No kidding. Because it's important that you know what you really, really want. Jamie, can you pop in? What do you take on this idea? Anything else you want to add to that one? It's a powerful card.
Oh, absolutely. I think you're right on the money. I kind of got the same general feeling when I saw the card. I got the feeling of like, is this what you truly want? Is this what you're truly wishing for? Or are you wishing for the idea of something perfect and something wonderful? Can that person actually give that to you where they're at currently? Or are you open to receiving a wonderful love from somebody else? It just, you got to sit down and look at, are you seeking that love and that validation, that relationship and all those wonderful feelings specifically from that person and everything that they've done to you and towards the relationship? Or are you just wanting that feeling in general and maybe be open to opening your heart and opening yourself to the right person to come in who can provide you those things? So that's something that, to me, that was that call to action that I always talk about, is sitting down and wondering, does it have to be that person? Or is it just the feeling that I want with the beautiful relationship? Am I open to that from the right person?
Yeah, thank you. It's strange, but that's where, I own several tarot decks, and it's which one wants to come out and play today. And so many times the art of the card has everything in it, and the symbol of the tarot in its traditional way just doesn't carry the full meaning. Is very cool. So
Yeah.
we have a similar request from Thembicile, so I can't wait to see. She wants to know if her husband's coming back. So have at it. And then I will do roses next. And then if anybody's just joined us, I'm Catherine, Fish Out of Water Tarot, built for people that are a little socially awkward, a little shy. And we have the Enchanted Mystic Oracle, Jamie, with us today, bringing her magical wisdom to the table. If you'd like a reading, just drop a comment. We'd be happy to do so. We're just over an hour, but Jamie and I both have probably 20, 25 minutes left, and be happy to keep reading. So
Yeah.
go for it. For Thembicile is such a pretty name. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yes, absolutely. And Thimbastille, is it all right if I call you Precious? Because I don't want to butcher your name. I hate when I do that. And I know from experience, because my name is spelled a little differently. And so people get it wrong all the time. So if it's okay by you, I'm going to call you Precious. So just know that that's what, because that was the second part of your username. So I am, you know, doing this directed for you. All right, let's look and see. You asked if your husband will be coming back in August. Let's see. And you guys, if you appreciate this and you enjoy this and are having a good time vibing with us, if you haven't done so already, please give us a thumbs up, a like, share this if you have anybody you think would love to see it as well. Follow us on the social medias. I know Catherine's here on Fish Out of Water Tarot. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube as Enchanted Mystic Oracle. All right, enough spiel, as I say. Get the spiel out of the way. All right, so Thimbasil Precious, let's get to it. All right. We do have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is all about fast incoming communication. So wands are about passion. It's about that spark, that fire, what brings us joy, what brings us things that we want to like basically get up in the morning and we're excited to do so. Wands, the Eight of Wands is very fast. It's all about communication. Even though the wands is not a page card, because pages in tarot are all about communication and bringing that message. This is the big one on messages coming in. So for this, I'm going to say with what I'm feeling on this, I don't necessarily think that he might physically come back in August. I do think, however, you're going to be hearing and having conversations, text message, DMs, what have you, emails, however you communicate on the phone, etc. Will be speaking with your husband at least in August and leading up to August about the situation and can you heal it? Is it something that is able to happen come August or shortly after, or is it something that you two decide, to maybe look at it in a different light? With this energy, I do believe whole heart and soul that you will be in communication in whatever form that takes. Things will be moving quite quickly. I do caution you, and this is another action card, obviously, in tarot. When things are moving this fast with all these Eight of Wands shooting through the sky, to pick out the one or two wands that means the most in the conversation and focus and give your attention to that and not try to juggle so many things and so many topics and so many conversations at the same time, especially if something needs to be healed between the two of you. We can tend to kind of bounce all over the place like a pinball machine when we haven't spoken with somebody or seen somebody in a while and things need to either be talked about, healed, or worked through. Whatever it is, it's we can tend to kind of jump all over the place. So this is asking for you to focus on one or two things that really really mean the most to you right now in regards to this communication with your husband that looks like it will be incoming, and focus on those two things first and foremost. The rest will fall into place, but really focus on what's meaningful for you to either talk about, resolve, or work through at that time when that communication does come in. All right. I hope that made sense for you, the Marcel Precious. And like I said, I don't know if this to me is not a physical coming back in August, but at least the conversation and the door is open there to talk about things, whether that be phone, email, text messages, you name it, that type of communication.
Cool. Yeah, I think too that card is one of the few that doesn't have any human figures in it. Also,
Yes.
the Eight of Wands, which to me is kind of that internet, the world outside, the virtual world,
Correct. And that's
so,
why, that's why I didn't get the feeling of a physical presence because of the
right,
card itself. There's no people in it.
right.
It's just the message and the conversation there. So that's one of the interpretations when you have that card of it's not physical presence. It's not a physical conversation. Typically it is phone call, email, text message, etc.
So before we go forward, Jamie, this is one of those occasions when people may want to have a private reading because one card is so limited when you have some issues. So if
Yeah.
people wanted to have private sessions, do you offer private sessions, and what would be the easiest way for people to connect with you?
Yes, I do. Thank you for asking. You can book with me super easy. It is so easy. I'll put it in the chat. If you go to www.enchantedmysticOracle.com, you'll just scroll down. It'll have a big huge thing like how to book with me, and then it tells you, and you click right on the link, takes you to it. It is so, so easy. I will put that in the chat right now, but absolutely, I do offer one-on-one sessions. You can choose your time, how much time you need, whatever suits you and whatever is in, your wheelhouse of what you're wanting to see. But absolutely, I do offer one-on-one readings.
Excellent. Thank you very much. You guys follow up. I just love. Jamie does put out the energy check-in pretty much every day, rain or shine. So that's on her channel. If you do subscribe over there, then you're going to be able to pick up the little energy readings, and I love them. I'm a big fan. So okay, so you're welcome, darling. So what we have Roses, and Roses, I love your question. And Jamie, could you check the chat and see if there's anybody I missed?
Yes.
I think, yeah, because Roses is the last person I have. If you're new here and you'd like a card pulled, throw your name in the comments. We'd be happy to draw you a card. And Roses, I love your question. Because it's like, what is my Taurus thinking about this situation? And I love that because it takes responsibility for well, no, it's the wrong way to say it. It allows for that person to have their experience. I can just tell there's not a lot of clingy energy. And so I want to congratulate you on that. I don't know what sign you are, Roses, but I love the idea of asking the cards for what is on the person's mind about you. That's one of my favorite readings to do. So let's see, Roses. What here? I believe this is your card. Ah, okay. Let me see here. Put this up so I can see it. And we have the King of Cups. So that ship has sailed. It's so funny how sayings will come right into your mind. So it looks to me like your Taurus is feeling like there's a completion here, that this ship has sailed. I mean, the figure is sitting there at the shoreline. He's not walking out of the boat. So I feel like he's not walking forward to the new future. And the cups are the suit of emotion. And so it does show that to me, as I'm seeing this, I see a full cycle. And this does go with the last couple of readings too, about taking a look at the X's and, how do you draw the line? When do you know an X is an X? That's not easy. But this one does strike me that there's a new cycle coming, that it wouldn't surprise me at all if the next reading, like the Ace or Two of Cups don't pop up, just because I feel like the signs are that this cycle that you have had is finishing. If there's a restart, a jump start, that's, that could happen. But if I look at the little boat that he's in, this just looks like a little fishing boat. And then you look at the schooner or whatever it is out there with the wind in the sails, this would take a lot of effort to connect these two. Not that it's impossible, because I don't think that it is. But I think when you ask me, what is my Taurus thinking? I think this is what he's thinking. So if you're open, Roses, if you're open to reconnecting, I think you need to communicate it. Okay, because he's definitely feeling like the ship has sailed. So if you all had a fight, or if you all just had, like, if one ghosted the other, or there was just not clear communication, I would definitely address that. One of my favorite ways of doing this, there's a couple phrases you can use to start a communication. The one that's hitting me right now is this: I might be wrong about this, but write that down. I might be wrong about this, but that's a great statement to begin a conversation with in an awkward situation, because it's disarming. I mean, the person will say, yeah, you're probably wrong about it. But it creates this sense of agreement between you, that you want to say something, but you might be wrong. So you could say, I might be wrong about this, but I'm feeling like you think this is over. Can you feel how soft that sounds? But if you really care for this person, do them a favor and let them know. It might hurt your feelings if they say, oh, no, you didn't get it wrong. I'm done. In a way, there's some mercy behind that, right? Because you're close to the shore. There's something new coming. You're closing out a cycle. So I hope that that's helpful for you. If you need a little bit more guidance, reach out. Write me, tarotinfoplease@gmail.com. Again, with one card, we're a little limited, but I do love this because you can't lose here. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to plug in my phone because I'm going low on power. So thank you for hanging out, Roses, and having this reading. I saw somebody else signed in, Jamie.
Yes.
You want to do that, and then I'm going to plug in to get my phone charged. So,
all right. Yeah, we have 2 people. I'll take Yadra. I hope I'm saying that right. Please correct me in the chat if I'm not, or if you want me to call you something different. So I will do Yadra with will Alvaro come back to me. And then after that, Catherine, we have, I'm just going to say MAP, M-A-P, is in the chat as the next one after that.
Okay, so perfect. Okay, good deal.
I just want to expound upon something that Catherine said for everybody here. Yes, these are just very, very, very short snapshots. Pulling one card, especially in these big situations with love and romance and things like that, it is a very, very small amount of energy in regards to something that is big. So if you guys feel inclined or feel called to, please do reach out to Catherine and book with her for a one-on-one reading, or me with for a one-on-one reading to really dive into that deeper. Pull lots of cards, dive into it, get the details, clarify things and such like that. So just keep that in mind as well, okay? All right, and Catherine, so Map is her name is Maria, so you'll have her. I'm gonna do Yadra right now, or Yadi. Thank you so much, Yadi. So I'm gonna do Yadi, and then you'll have Maria, and I think Emily just joined as well. So I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay.
All right, and then Maria. All right. So Yadi, you said, will Alvaro come back to you? Let's look at that. And please keep in mind too, like I just said, if you need a reading and you want to expound upon that, please go ahead, reach out to me or Catherine, whoever you feel drawn to, or if not either one of us, that's okay too. But get more insight and in depth on this. Okay. All right. Let's see, Yadi. All right, you had 2 come out, Yadi. You have the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Okay. Let me show you this energy here. So it popped out this and this. I know it's backwards because of the way that my phone is showing you, but when I look at this and the way that it came out, 7 of Wands first and then the 9 of Wands and 6 do that. Okay, now you can see it better. All right, so 7 of Wands is all about defending your position or them defending their position. It's a very, very defensive pose. It is sometimes you have to defend yourself. Maybe there is something that happened between the two of you that caused an argument, and maybe you stuck up for yourself or they stuck up for themselves in a position, and they're holding ground, right? So whether this applies to you or them. But the other party, so this is 2 different energies. So this is either you or this is you, and this is them and this is them. So take it as it resonates, and you can, obviously apply that with your situation. This guy over here is called the Wounded Warrior. The 9 of Wands is all about somebody who is battle worn and stressed out and tired and wanting to end the fighting here, wanting to end, but they're still holding on to that wand. They're still protecting their energy, but they're tired. Look at, he's got a little bandage on his head. He's got a really sour look on his face. He just wants to be done and over with that situation and leave it behind him. This person is still very much actively in a defensive mode. So whichever one you resonate with and whichever one you feel your person is resonating with, these are 2 different energies. And when you get these 2 energies together, not a lot of reconciliation or resolution can come of either one of these energies. What I challenge you to do is look at the situation and find out that if you want Alvaro to come back, what type of conversation do you need to have with Alvaro to heal the things that have happened between the 2 of you? Because somebody is still extremely defensive and holding their position, and somebody here is just battle worn and worn out and wanting things to just be done and over. Now, with that energy, we've got to heal that energy for both of you here. We've got to have conversations. We have to have honest adult conversations here on what happened. Can that be fixed? Can it be repaired? What is both of your stances? And can you guys come to a good medium with one another and a good solution, a good middle ground? That is your challenge right now, Yadi, is to come up with a middle ground and be able to have this conversation um, with your person on, can we resolve this, or is it really something that we should move forward on and just be done with? Um, Sometimes in life, being friends or being cordial is the option there, and maybe down the road, maybe something can heal romantically. But I think that a lot of the times you have to heal on a personal friendship, respect level before you can just jump right back into romance. Because if you haven't healed on a basic human level with the way that you interact with one another, how can you throw the romance portion on top of that? And it complicates everything always. So we got to get down to brass tacks here, is what I heard, and heal the root of the issue for you and your person before anything can kind of move forward on that. So I challenge you to, if you haven't spoken with this person and you do want them to come back, I give you a challenge to just reach out and say, listen, I miss you, or I miss chatting with you, miss hanging out with you. Is, I know that X, Y, and Z happened between us. Do you think that we can maybe have a conversation and see if we can come to a really good resolution and heal things between us? And I would like to just see where it goes from there. No real, don't put a lot of pressure on it to just be romantic right from the beginning, but just heal that in between you guys first before you go into that romance. So hopefully that helped, Yadi, and hopefully there is some good advice for you there. Like I said, with just pulling a few cards, can't really look at and dive into the energy further, or even the potential outcomes, unless we, you know, have a full on reading. So if you feel called to, please go ahead, reach out to me, enchantedmysticoracle.com, Enchanted Mystic Oracle, both on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And I'm there, and you can DM me, you can email me, go to my website, etc. And I'm absolutely happy to chat with you further. Oh, you're very, very welcome. Thank you so much for the confirmation. And you're very, very welcome on the guidance, Yadi. I wish you nothing but the best. Okay.
Okay,
All
good.
right.
So welcome back. Welcome. So Maria's next, yes? And
Yes.
then we have,
Yep. Maria is next, and then Emily.
okay, good deal. Okay, Maria, are you here for a general energy check-in? I didn't see if she had a question. I don't think
Let me
so.
check and see real quick.
I think she was just for,
She said her love life is basically dead. Could she get a reading?
oh, okay.
Maria,
Yes,
you and me both.
yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool deal. All right. So let's, let's, and we already had the death card, so we know that we're in the right place here today with these readings.
Yes.
Okay. What
There we
cards
go.
we have for Maria here? Okay. Aw, this is a great card.
I love it.
Because this is absolutely the card of a finished cycle. The major arcana in the tarot is goes from 0 to 21. And so this is the card that completes a cycle. So I'm glad, because when you said dead, you said my relationship situation is dead. You're reading it correctly. There's something about the way you used to do things, not so much about the people. Okay, Maria, this is more about I'm going to use the word illusion. This is like the childlike happily ever after that. I can't think of any people I know, and I've been writing in the love and romance arena for over 20 years. And all of the people have shared their stories over all that time. I've never met anybody who didn't start thinking about their goals for relationships when they were an early teen. I mean, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. Who was your first crush? How old were you the first time that you noticed somebody? And then we have the movies and the TV shows and the books and the romance, romance, romance. I think it's, what's that woman's name, that Danielle Steele. Danielle Steele is like the leading novelist in the whole planet. And what does she write about? romance, right? So we have this illusion of what a happy relationship is. And you know what? They all end up disappointing. They really do. But they're training grounds. They teach you what you don't want. Look at that dog. It's the cutest thing ever. But when you think of what Abraham Hicks, it's a real education to YouTube search Abraham Hicks relationships, because they say clearly there is not a human being on the planet who's going to meet all your needs. It's fake. I mean, you might attract somebody that you crush on for a minute, but we're all pretty self-centered when it comes to relationships. We want to be treated as if we are special. And a lot of our habits and thoughts about relationships just are not realistic, okay? So, what you need to do is look at what was flawed in your previous relationships. What didn't work out? Go ahead and write a list on a piece of paper of just the things that happened. He did this, he did that, we did this, we did that. And ask yourself, are these things that a sixth grader would do? Because chances are some of your disappointments are very adolescent. And this is okay. We all go through that. So I love this card for you. She's getting ready to go through a portal or an archway. See the archway of the leaves? Leaves are a sign of victory. Okay. She's finished with doing relationships the old way and she's walking through that portal. Do you see any suitcases? Do you see any bundles? Are her arms filled with junk? No. She's carrying forward her magic. Those wands are the power and the passion. Is manifesting love possible? Oh, yeah. Take a look at a woman named Shelley Bullard. She's got a very busy YouTube channel where she teaches how to find a partner. Last year, she found a partner and now is a mom. I really respect her work. So I would go there. And then there's another woman. Her name is Lila. She runs a website called Nevolution. And she has a story. I wrote to her to ask if she could send me the URL for the story, but she manifested her way into Japan during COVID. Japan was 100% closed down. She manifested a way there, met someone, and married. And so these are two women who have used these techniques to find love. I wish you all the best in approaching this in a brand new way. But I would say at the end of the day, if you do want to have something new, you have to look at yourself first and think, I'm the common denominator. I've attracted these past relationships. I'm ready for something new. And once again, Louise Hay's work on the inner child, anybody's meditations on inner child, super helpful here. So we can just grow up a little bit and become more mature emotionally. But I just love Louise. I listen to her a lot. So good luck to you and enjoy the closure of your situation. Now, I do see in her gown this thing that looks like a question mark. And so I know you still have questions and you want to know what's going to happen next. But you know what? It's not for you to know right now. What's for you to know is to just investigate what has been in common about your past flawed relationships and begin to adjust yourself and give a little, take a little to change your vibe. Okay. Good luck to you, Maria. And now we have Emily.
Yes.
Excellent. I can't wait to hear what you have to say to Emily because I'm curious too about the angel numbers and seeing her ex's name. That's a puzzle.
Oliver has joined us again.
Hi, Oliver. He's a scene stealer.
Yeah, he is. He's. I always say he's my needy boy, and I put that to apples. He sometimes just needs a little bit of reassurance, but don't we all?
Yes, right.
Sometimes if Mama isn't paying enough attention to him, he will come and get it.
It's true.
All right. So here we go. This is for Emily. She said, "Why is she seeing the angel numbers and her ex's name?" All right, let's find that out. Oliver may jump down when I stop petting him. Oh, you can give me kisses? Thank you, dude. Yeah. All right, thanks. Appreciate that. Oh, see, look. Excuse me, Mom, you stopped petting me. Oh, hang on, little dude. All right, this is for Emily. All right. Oh, here we go. Yeah. He's like, forget you, Mom. You stopped petting me. All right, let's see. Even by the book, and halfway through, a couple was introduced, and their names are Emily and your ex's names. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Dang, Emily. I love it. I love it. All right, let's see. All right. Okay. I have this card. I don't normally do this on lives because we usually just do one card, or if something falls, two cards fall out. But I am gonna pull. I was told to pull you a second card, so give me 1 second. Ollie, all done.
We don't mind a little barking.
Oh my goodness me. Okay. So Emily, we have the 8 of Swords and then the 10 of Swords. All right. So with this energy, let me tell you what they mean first, and then I'm going to give you the message behind it. So the 8 of Swords is about feeling trapped. Both of these are mental energy. Swords are mental. Swords have to do with also conversations and speaking and using your voice, but also very, very mental. 8 of Swords is feeling trapped, feeling like you don't have a way out, feeling like things, especially with the situation with seeing your ex's name everywhere, feeling like, what can I do? I don't know what to do in this situation. I am feeling very trapped. I don't know how to get out of this. Now, we're gonna hide the other card for right now because I'm gonna finish talking about this card. 8 of Swords is all in her head. So I'm gonna hold it up real close. If you see, she thinks she's surrounded by swords, but she's really not. The swords are kind of behind her and a little bit to her side, but she's not surrounded by them. She feels like she is because she's also blindfolded and lightly bound with this ribbon. It's not even rope; it's actually ribbon or cloth. If she were to wiggle a little bit, these would fall off. These would just shake right down to the ground. She'd be able to take off her blindfold and look around and see that she's not really trapped. So, this is all just mental energy. Your action on this tarot card is to give it a little shake these off, pull off the blinders, and look around you and realize that you're not trapped, you're not stuck, and you do have a way out. I love the fact that we do have water that's running here in her foot. One foot is in the water. Water in tarot is emotion. It is all about emotion and feeling and love and that kind of thing. So she is needing to follow the path here of the water that kind of comes from behind and then keeps flowing. She needs to follow that out. She needs to get out of this trapped energy and follow that emotion and shake these things off, right? So now we get to the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is what we call the dead, done, and over with card, okay? This poor person, we don't know what has happened in the past or what has happened between you and your ex that caused this ending, right? But there obviously was an ending because an ex is an ex because of an ending. This person is lying here on the ground. They are making, I don't know if I can get to show you close up. They're making a hand symbol with their hand. This actually is the same symbol that the Hierophant is making in the tarot. It's all about abundance and blessings. So even though this person is got these 10 swords stuck in their back, they're still hopeful of a resurrection, a renewal, and blessings and abundance coming in. I have the hiccups, so I know I'm right on track because I usually get hiccups. Sorry for the hiccups. It's confirmation for me. And that there is something good coming in. With this energy that you're seeing, I say you need to pay attention to these angel numbers. If you are seeing them, write them down or write them down at the time. Like if you're seeing 11:11 on the clock, 222, 333, if you're seeing things, on billboards or, car license plates, whatever it is, and you're seeing these numbers, I want you to go look them up because each of them have a meaning. And I challenge you also to look up, there's 2 different ways to look up angel numbers. I'm going to put these cards down for just a moment while I talk. I'm going to put them here so you can still see them. There's 2 different ways to look up angel numbers. So number 1, you can Google angel number, etc. 222, 333, whatever it is you're seeing, Emily. You can also look up meaning of number 222. They're actually going to give you 2 different things because one, when it's focused on being an angel number, is a different type of a meaning than actual numerology numbers. Okay. Sometimes they do correlate, sometimes they don't. So I challenge you to look up both meanings to find out which one resonates better for you in the moment. And the reason I think that these are coming back up is because there are some things here that you need to heal, that you need to, that sounds kind of harsh, but that's literally what I got. So I said it. Once I said it, I was like, that sounds a little harsh, spirit. But I think that you can handle that challenge of healing things, Emily, with being about what has happened in this ending between the two of you that keeps coming up, that they're challenging you to heal on, to move forward from releasing yourself and forgiving the energy that happened between you and your ex. Um, I also do believe that you and your ex probably do have a very strong bond and a tie there. So usually when you're thinking about something and you're seeing a bunch of stuff, they might be as well. But that's just to go to show you that there's still a link between you two that needs to be looked at and needs to be healed. Um, I am not a fan of going back to an ex if things still need to be healed first within ourselves individually, within like, ourself here, and our, the ex as well needs to maybe do some healing. I never say run back to anything if there's healing to be done. And I do feel like, Emily, this is a call to action for you to give yourself grace, to look at the situation and to be able to say X, Y, and Z happened, but I'm healing from those things. I'm not going to call that back into my life. I'm not going to repeat those patterns. I'm not going to call that in for myself. How do I heal from that? How do I let go of that energy so that new stuff can come flowing in? That new stuff very well could be your ex. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that right now, healing needs to be had, especially with these two cards coming out together. This is all about unleashing yourself, unbinding yourself, moving forward in this watery energy and looking at what went wrong. I still do say that in air quotes because I don't really think things go wrong. I think that people have their unhealed stuff that they bring into relationships, and usually that causes tower moments and things like that. So let's heal that first, and then let's do another energy check in a little bit after you've kind of looked at things and looked at yourself, and given yourself some grace to heal your heart, your energy, and done that with energy work, and then kind of come back to it and see where we're at in a few weeks and see where our energy is now flowing. I want to see more flowing energy. This is very much, with the water I mentioned, it's asking you to have this energy flowing through, but right now it's very stagnant, stuck mental energy. So let's get behind that. Let's get working on that, Emily. See where we're at in a few weeks and kind of go from there on that. I do think you need more, energy and more into this than just these two cards. But again, if you resonate with me, I would love to read with you. If you resonate more with Catherine or even just another reader in general, I never push myself on anybody. Whatever feels comfortable for you, let's get that going and get your energy going. Let's get things healing for yourself so that you can be in a better state to see if something new can come in or things can possibly be healed with that ex. You never know until we get to that point and cross that bridge when we come to it. All right, Emily, I hope that made sense. I hope that was helpful. And thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And I want to say it just thundered over here. And so it's gray and rainy. And so I'm like pulling into this. I think that the universe sometimes has a strange sense of, I have Mega next. And then I don't know if somebody else has joined. If you want to check Jamie, but
All right.
I have one friend and she did have a breakup. She loved the guy. I mean, sometimes it's just not the right timing and there's nothing you can do about it, but he loved the Oregon Ducks. Well, she saw Oregon Ducks everywhere. I mean, she saw license plates, sweatshirts, baseball caps. I mean, everywhere. We were in San Diego at the time. And we'd go to a restaurant and there's a guy with the Oregon hat on. She was just so frustrated, And so I think part of that is that I believe that we want to have a neutral feeling towards our exes. That at the end of the day, yes, people got hurt. Yes, it only lasted thus and so. But when you're able to have no feeling, honestly, where you just like, it was good until it wasn't, and I'm done. And you don't hurt when you see them or you don't remember what they did. That's a very delicious place to launch it again if you're going to start it again. Kind of goes with the message a couple cards ago. But
Yeah.
yeah, those cards with the swords are a little bit intimidating, but
Yeah.
I love it because we trap ourselves. I mean, it's our thinking
Oh,
about
absolutely.
the X that puts us in jail. It's not the X, no matter what. So I love your interpretation of those cards. Thank you so much, Jamie. It's
Yeah, absolutely.
fantastic.
And yeah,
So,
you see Mega, and then I do see the last one, numinous dualities. So I'm just gonna call you dualities. You'll be after
okay.
Catherine for Mega.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I think Dualities has been here before, so welcome back. But Mega asks for current feeling. R is her person, current feelings and next actions. And so, yes, what card will give Mega the desired message? So let's try this one. Ooh, Magician. I love the Magician card.
Oh, I love
Okay.
that.
I know. Okay, so we're looking at current feelings and next actions. So if we do look at this person that we're this R, whoever R is, I believe that they're seeing themselves as empowered, that they have, in a way, they may have just woken up from the previous card scenario, right? Where something has happened that's challenged them and made them question some things. And oops, and they are really feeling much more confident. They're seeing themselves as capable and really a lot of promise. Um, and I'm glad for them because my sense is they've been through a rough time, maybe even a couple years of just a tough time. And it could be around you guys' relationship. I don't know who the R is to you, but this is very, very hopeful. I think the next actions would involve putting into practice the things that they have learned. They are newly aware of some of their gifts and talents. They maybe never saw themselves as any sort of magician. They felt very ordinary. But something about what they've gone through, and Jamie and I would both tell you that we have grown the most through the, if you excuse the expression, the shit of life. That when you are going through, or you feel like you're in the blender of life where everything's getting tossed and turned in upheaval, that when you first stumble out of that kind of situation, you do have an awareness of something about yourself. There's a cool factor. It's cool when you recover. If you've had a major surgery or you've had any kind of upset with losing a job or losing a loved one, at the end of the day, things always do work out for us if we can get out of the way and acknowledge that we are not God. We are just part of God. We don't know everything. We just know a part of things. And that will be true until we are on the other side. But I feel like you are seeing a person in R who is recognizing that they are responsible for their talents, responsible for their gifts, and this may make you feel a little bit disconnected because maybe they have work to do on their own life. Wouldn't surprise me at all if some of the, I'm going to use the word mess, some of the mess that they've created, they need to straighten it out. And now they have the tools to do it. So you may feel a little bit periphery, like you're on the outside looking in, but don't worry because this person is doing the work that they need to do. So I hope that that brings you the wisdom that you are looking for too, Mega. And I will just bounce back on top of Jamie. My contact information is in the description box below. All you need to do is shoot me an email and I can let you know how to have private readings with me. And I'm happy to draw more cards because this makes me curious. And I think Jamie and I can see her shuffling with her. She reminds me of me, like when I'm talking to somebody and I grab the cards and they need to be read. And
Yes.
it is hard. It's hard for us to accept a one card reading, but we trust it because these are just little glimmers. They're little snippets to let you know that you're not alone out there. But the Magician is always a wonderful card to get in the reading. It just shows transition and being equipped enough. Are you fully mature? I wouldn't say so. It's like you have to keep sharpening your skills as the magician. There's not like a retirement. You keep sharpening your skills and you draw more and more positive to your life. So there we have for Mega, and then you have somebody.
I do. I think the last person here, it's for dualities.
Okay, let's
It's
let's plan on wrapping after dualities because we're
all right.
on we're on for a goodly time here. The readings have gone so well. We're hanging right in there. And so if you're here and we're not getting to you today, you will be included as best as we can on our next call. But dualities, we'll have you finish us off.
All right. All right. Dualities. I was looking, I just basically just asked for a rating. So we're just going to do a general energy check-in for dualities today. Hopefully you are still here. Thank you guys again while we're wrapping up. I just really appreciate you guys joining us. Thank you to Catherine for having me on. Please, if you guys aren't subscribed, go subscribe to Fish Out of Water. Email her if you want a reading. If you resonate with me as well, I would love to read for you as well. Enchanted Mystic Oracle on pretty much all social media platforms. All right. Dualities. Let's see. Hopefully you are still here, my friend. Let's look into this. Oh, we had 2 cards fly out. I love this energy. We have the Empress and the 3 of Swords. So this is something you have grown. You have overcome a lot here. So dualities, it's beautiful. As I'm dropping things all over the place. The Empress, we'll just talk about these cards and then I will tell you the message. That's because I love educating people on tarot and what it means. So when you're looking at the Empress, she is the be all end all of all the queens. She is all 4 queens in tarot, plus the High Priestess rolled into one, and then you get the Empress. She is represented by nature, fertility, kindness, that motherly energy. She is who we all strive to be as a divine feminine. Gender doesn't matter. This is energy. We all also have divine feminine and masculine within us. But on our feminine side, or if you resonate more with the feminine energy, this is who you aspire to be. And they're showing us here, dualities, that you are sitting in this energy in regards to the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is all about heartbreak, sadness, disappointment, things not going your way, especially of the heart nature here, but also with the swords being mental, swords being very, in your head about it. So it's something that really, that's why I say disappointment, because when you have a heartbreak on something, it is very much emotional, but also mental as well. And you go through all of those scenarios in your head after a heartbreak or a sadness or a disappointment. With this energy, it is showing that dualities, you have come a long way with healing yourself and healing your energies over something that has happened to you, whether it's been a little while ago or very recently, but you are working at healing that. You're working at looking at what happened and understanding that this is just our earthly school, and what can we learn of it on our time here, and embracing the fact that you are still beautiful and wonderful, and you are sitting in this beautiful, motherly, kind, nurturing, caring, giving energy. So this is wonderful to see accompanied with this, because it does put a spin on the sadness, saying, hey, we know this has happened. We know that we've been through this, but we are healing. We are moving forward. We are looking at the life lessons we have learned from that, and we're taking it and applying it to our lives, and just being able to really get a fresh look on life, a fresh lease on life, and really feeling, I hear, empowered. So dualities, I applaud you in the work that you've done, and for yourself, and for your situation in your life, because it looks like you are wonderfully dealing with things and moving in the right direction in general. So dualities, I do hope that helped and that resonated for you with a situation in your life. And my heart goes out to you, but man, you're doing well, and you're really embracing, the healing aspect of things for life. And that's something that we all need to do. So thank you so much for allowing me to pull your cards today.
And thank you, you guys. I reached for my animal deck because I wanted to pull us an oracle card just to seal us today. You guys, I've seen the comments, and we really appreciate, we love our energy too together. I think we're a good match, and we will be doing this again. It's just we have a time zone issue that we deal with. But thank you for your your time and your energy and all the love that you put in towards Jamie and me. And let's
Yes.
take a look at our animal card and see what we're finishing with here. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Our beautiful eagle. And I'm just going to read this. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Listen, at each and every soul that was on this call, this is you. You would not be listening to these kinds of calls if you did not want mastery of yourself. You are a seeker of high wisdom. You're a seeker of personal development to the point where you are fully expressed as you were created to be. And so, thank you, Eagle Spirit, for closing off this beautiful reading with this promise. Because if you look at that eye, sometimes people can think that might look severe. To me, it just looks damn serious, right? And I believe that you all are. Anyone who has taken the time to listen to these readings today, you've got that eagle eye. You're watching out for yourself. You want something good to come. Some of you have pinned your joy to other humans, and that can be very painful because there's a saying about having feet of clay, that no matter what human is your favorite human, they're going to hurt your feelings at some point. But keep your eye sharp and don't compromise. Stay in balance. Take care of yourself. Self-love is the first journey. If you're looking for help here on YouTube, Shelley Bullard is wonderful for attracting love. Louise Hay, fantastic for inner child work. And Nevolution is another one to look up because this woman is an amazing manifester. I love her voice, and she teaches about Neville. But you will always find Jamie and I are full of data and information to help you help yourself. So thank you so much for joining. We look forward to the next time. And Jamie, special love from me. Thank you so much for coming today and just being here. It was so fun. So
it really
fun.
Was.
I thank you, my friend.
Thank
So,
you, my friend.
so we will see you all next time. Come and join us. Oh, I just missed 11111 to finish on. Well, pretty close. So go forward, go forth and prosper, everyone. Have a beautiful week.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.